Parfum, through smoke. From antiquity to 465, perfume was originally presented as an offering to the gods and worn by nobility to become closer to these gods. By the Middle Ages, the wealthy wore fragrance balls filled with musk, amber, or aromatic resins. Monasteries became keepers of aromatic herbal formulas that promoted wellness, largely through antibacterial, antimicrobial, and germicidal properties of plants, as well as the germ-killing properties of the alcohol in which they were preserved. This built a foundation for our contemporary belief in the connection between fragrance and well-being. Gentlemen and their ladies used scented baths to indulge in carnal pleasures. During the Renaissance, queens and courtesans fought over secret fragrance formulas created by the first Italian chemists. Perfumers established shops in Paris offering gloves scented with fragrance oils, which masked the malodors of the tanning process. Olfactive signatures associated with specific glove makers emerged. Due to the very real dangers posed by bathing in or consuming contaminated water, bathing became less frequent. People used excessive amounts of fragrance to scent themselves. Fragrance at Versailles reached intoxicating levels. Glove, fragrance, and powder makers became masters of their trade. In the 1700s, France became the center of world perfumery. In the court of Versailles, it was mandatory to wear a different fragrance every day. Fragrance distillation techniques prospered. A citrusy blend of oils was developed by an Italian perfume maker to capture the feeling of an Italian spring morning after the rain. He named the light concentration after his new hometown, Cologne, Germany, and launched the first Eau de Cologne. The first synthetic fragrance ingredients were unveiled, giving birth to modern perfumery. Perfumery was increasingly seen as an art form, using new and original notes from all over the world. By the turn of the 20th century, fragrance began transforming into a product of luxury. Perfumer François Coty teamed with jeweler René Lalique to create attractive bottles. America saw the entry of beauty care with pioneers Elizabeth Arden and Helena Rubinstein. The Roaring Twenties introduced the giddy lightness of the flapper. Gabrielle Coco Chanel launched perfume number 5 with a generous dose of synthetic notes versus natural ingredients, giving the fragrance a modern champagne-like sparkle. During World War II, Old Spice became standard issue in every GI's DOP kit. As a celebration to the end of the restrictive war years, Christian Dior launched the new look and created character fragrances, worn to stand out. In the 1950s, fragrance became accessible by expanding into department stores. The charge was led by Estee Lauder's Youth Dew. When Bergdorf Goodman initially elected not to sell it, Estee dropped and broke a bottle on the floor, captivating women with the scent. The Make Love Not War movement had a profound influence on fragrance. Patchouli and musk flooded the streets with scents like Jovan. Eau Fraiche fragrances with light, green notes defined the new role of women. YSL's Rive Gauche was born. Lifestyle scents continued to allow women to reclaim their individuality. Charlie targeted young working women of the New Woman era, making it the world's top-selling perfume within 3 years. Increasing numbers of American men began applying fragrances independently of grooming routines. The iconic Polo for Men by Ralph Lauren launched. The sexual revolution, with erotic advertising, was in full swing. Designers dominated. YSL's Opium, Poison by Dior, Calvin Klein's obsession with its heavy smell of vanilla permeated the marketplace. Giorgio Beverly Hills offers scent strips in magazines as a way to sample fragrances without visiting the store. In response to designer labels and excesses of the 80s, fragrances smelled of the sea, water, plants, and flowers. Lancome's Trésor helped shift the power of fragrances influenced by career-minded women to a more feminine floral trend. Calvin Klein introduced a unisex scent, CK1, with a much lighter citrusy accord. The 21st century focused on the return of the entrepreneur and the desire to control one's destiny. The market leaned towards a vintage fragrance concept with Coco Mademoiselle, a retro spirit modernized with floral and fruity touches. Celebrity fragrances like Jennifer Lopez grew exponentially. As social media grew, other celebrities used the platform to propel their scents to success in the fragrance arena. In a market oversaturated with celebrity, attention turned toward brands offering exclusive, limited edition, and even custom-made scents. Artisanal fragrances, some available for decades and centuries, enjoyed renewed interest in authenticity and quality as new niche brands emerged. Le Labo, Frédéric Malle, Bond No. 9, and Tom Ford represent this growing trend, built on the foundation of brands such as Creed and Houbigant, which began in the 1700s. What began as an offering to the gods evolved to an intimate portrait of one's character and personality, guided by the cultural trends and the advancement of technology.